So there you can see our first 5 matches. We've got 3 more to come. Of course, the last 2 have gone full distance. Our last 3 matches involve Olympic medalists in all 3. Such is the quality. Mixed doubles are a repeat of the Olympic final, of course. Then women's singles with the Olympic champion, Yunlei, and of course the Yunlei in the mixed doubles was in men's doubles. He was the Olympic mixed doubles champion, and he was bronze medalist in London in the men's doubles. So such is the quality of our matches to come. Well, all Chinese mixed doubles semi-final. Repeat of the Olympic final. A couple of silver medalists, the current world #1s, Chen and Zhang. Since the 16th of August last year, so very soon once here are the Olympic champions, they also happen to be world champions. Zhao, seeded 3 here, but since the seeding was done, Zhao have moved up to #2 in the rankings. They themselves have, of course, been world #1s. In fact, they spent 82 weeks, that's 19 months as well, since January 2011 until that 16th of August last year when their opponents of today took over the #1 spot. Well, if you were with us earlier, you will have seen that first semi-final of the mixed doubles, and for the home favourites, that's failing in their attempt to make it 3 consecutive Indonesian Open finals, going on to the Olympic bronze medalists from Denmark, Fischer Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. So who will meet the Danes in the final? Well, these 2 pairs will know each other's games inside out and backwards. Not only do they train together, but they will be meeting each other today for the 15th time in international competition. First of all, the singings and Chen and margin. Only 2 individual tournaments, but win-loss distorted a little, probably by their Sudirman Cup campaign, because I can tell you individual tournaments reached the final of the Korean Super Series and lost in the quarter-final of the All England. And they had their battle yesterday against the European champions, the #7 seeds, Robert Napuziak and Nadia Ziba from Poland. The second game, and it was awfully close in the second, I can tell you, it was nipped all the way. So, Chen, 28 years of age, margin 25. Born in Beijing, Yunlei, 26 from Hubei province. World ranking, as I say, gone up to 2, and from there win-loss record for the year in individual competition. 3 finals, 3 tournaments played. The Korean Super Series runner-up in the All England lost out to the Indonesians, who were beaten earlier today in the semi-final. Championships as well. Looks pretty official, doesn't it? The quarter-final against Ricky Rudianto and Sweet Dili was very, very exciting.
Clear. Please get ready.
It doesn't really reflect how close that encounter was. Well, as I say, it is the 15th meeting, and there's an overwhelming advantage in the head-to-heads to the world and Olympic champions. They won 12. They won the last 9. And the 10th previous occasion that they met, in fact, they retired injured in the China Masters. So really, the last time that the world actually beat them was some considerable time ago. Officials, Tato Juliana. Previous 14 meetings have gone the full distance. Quite frankly, the way that the Olympic champions have been easing through the draw.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Zhang and Yunlei, China. And on my left, Chen and Majin, China. Majin to serve to Zhang. Love all, play.
World champion herself in the doubles with Zhang.
Service over. 1 love.
2 gold medals in the London Olympics. The first ever badminton player to win 2 gold medals at the same Olympics. One of 8 players to achieve 2 Olympic
Service over.
medals though.
1-all.
7 players have won 2 golds. We'll be testing Jim Laugerson later to name all 7 others. Oh, that's well taken from Yunlei.
Service over. 2-1.
Jim, given their head-to-head record and the fact that they've won outright their last 9 meetings, including, of course, that Olympic final, and the way they have looked throughout this tournament, I think they are favourites, don't you?
It indicates a clear advantage when these two couples are playing each other. I also think that they are the better pair. I think they have way more, ways of playing
3-1.
than Sue and Ma. Zhang is just getting. I don't know if you can get better when you're already won the Olympics, but I think he's just showing the confidence he's getting higher and higher and higher. He believes in everything he does. So and from the start, you're already setting the pace. So
Yeah. It's interesting, though, that in the final of the Sudirman Cup last month, the final, when China played against Korea, it was the world #1s who were selected in front of the world and Olympic champions.
yeah, but there can be
Different styles, isn't it?
there could be a certain pair where Sue and Ma has had more success. You know, that's a luxury that not many other countries have. They maybe have one pair that they have to put in all the time, and then Sudirman and Denmark had the same team from the start to the end. They have the advantage in almost all their categories to say, okay, we're playing them. Which type of player do we want to play against them?
Well, I mean, it was quite understandable in the final of the Sudirman Cup because, of course, the world and Olympic champions and Zhao Yunlei had lost to the Koreans of Karno in the final of the Asian Championships. So they'd already suffered a loss. They'd never played against the world #1s, so they put the world #1s in, and psychologically, you've got an advantage then.
Smart move.
Yeah. were semi-finalists last year. They lost out to that's it.
4-5.
Sort of indecision, can you? Not at this level. Short.
Service over. 6-4.
You also see it's very often you just see that in doubles, men's doubles, women's doubles, or mixed doubles, that's a certain pair that has a nemesis. There's some pair they always have a problem with playing against.
7-4.
I'm pretty sure that Joachim Fischer and Christina Pedersen now is sitting and wishing. I don't know which one they would prefer to play, but they've
beaten them both.
They've beaten them both, but they probably have one pair. I don't know who it should be, but they probably have one pair they'd rather play than the other ones.
Yeah.
It's very common, so.
One of the problems for Koo Kian Kiat and Tan Boon Hyun, Malaysian former world #1's men's doubles pair, is that they appeared to keep losing to the Koreans, and in fact the National Federation actually employed one of the former Korean players, Olympic medalists, to come and coach them as to how to beat the Korean players. So you're right, there is a lot of examples of pairs having another pair that they just seem unable to beat when they can beat other higher ranked pairs, or it's just a contrasting styles, isn't it?
Service over. 9-5.
If I would have to take a guess without knowing it, I would think that Christina and Joachim would prefer to play Su and Ma. I think that suits them better. Zhang and Zhao has a little bit more. I think they have more weapons. They're more different styles. They can really be very aggressive. They can also be more patient. I think Su and Ma, they have one chance, and that is Ma coming forward, Ma Jin coming forward, controlling, and then Su. Can you say coming in with that big smash we know he has. Of course, he's proving me wrong here, but normally he's not the type of player that is, plays the mid-court shots and the soft shots. That's not really his style. He's more the powerful style. And as we saw today, that I think Christina and Joachim maybe have a chance to get out of that better, where Zhang and Zhao will be much better at playing with them on that part. So that would be my guess.
After winning her World Championship gold medal, Margin, her partnership with Jimbo was dissolved because he was thrown out of the National Training Centre for
service over.
attitude.
10-8.
It was the last ever tournament he played. World Championship, they win a gold medal. This goes back to your point about if you've got so many players, you've got the luxury to mix around and swap pairs around, find new partnerships.
If you have the luxury of picking out a world champion,
11-8.
so the badminton in your country is in good hands now.
Yeah. 3-point advantage. 3 seeds. Notice that no coaching staff involved, only 2 pairs from the same nation coaching staff take a back seat. Players to their own devices, and rightly so, can't show favouritism. I suppose you can in certain situations.
20 seconds.
certain
20 seconds.
Malaysian players are independent players, certain Malaysian players are independent. Juliana Schenk, we were talking about during her women's singles, she's an independent player now, so, you know, maybe if you're playing from the national federation against a...
I think it comes from country to country. I know the rule in Denmark it is if two within the
11-8.
when in Denmark are playing each other, then there's no coaching.
I think that's right.
But then if one of them should have a coach,
12,
then the national coach steps in. That's a normal. It is also from a coaching position. It is best that way, because when you train with your players daily, you need to have that trust. And that trust will go away if you're on the other side coaching against the player which you daily are speaking about, sharing secrets with about the weaknesses of the game and where should you improve. You can't have the coach on the other side then standing and saying, listen, play him in the backhand and then the short forehand or whatever, you know. So that trust has to be there.
Absolutely. Well,
10, 12.
Doesn't like the call, I have to say. I thought it was absolutely correct.
It's out. I think it's out. Maybe not.
Just shows what a difficult job the line judges have.
Service over. 13-10. Service over, 11-13.
Two girls are really good at the net.
Service over, 14-11.
We were talking earlier during the first of the mixed doubles semi-finals about the skills of Liliana Natsir and saying her racket skills at the front of the court are second to none. Now I'm watching this mixed doubles now, and I'm watching the two women, and I've taken on board what you've said about the quality of these two female players, which is exceptional. But to me, they both look far more busy on court than Liliana Natsir. That they seem to be hunting the shuttle more and eager to get more involved.
15-11.
It's two different styles. You have the Indonesian styles, which is a little more, what you say, playful. You know, Natsir will show a trick shot here and there, make some, you know, more angles, where the Chinese style is more solid. It's quick. They're very effective. I would probably say these two are more effective. You won't see them just do a playful shot or trick shot and make a mistake. You won't see that. And it is, I think it is more effective. But on the days when Natsir is playing her best, then she's unstoppable.
I agree. I mean, I'm a big fan of Liliana Natsir and her racket skills, and she makes it look so easy, and in fact doesn't appear to be busy because she reads the game so well. She just seems to be in the right place at the right time. But you know, I'm watching this, and it's almost like watching a level doubles. You know, that both players, both women have been at the back of the court in that rally. They're both so strong. The men on court are both so willing to allow the women to go to the back because they have such confidence in them.
Yeah, definitely.
It is a very, very different style of match to the first mixed doubles we watched.
It is. Very active.
Service over, 16-13.
Judgment earlier on, didn't it? She knew at the last moment who played it.
Court. 17-13.
I would say if I had to play mixed, I would prefer this type of mixed double play. I like that effectiveness in the game. So, you know, Zhao can trust. Zhang can trust her all the time. There's at no time is she not there. You know, she's constantly aware of where is her chance to intercept the shot.
Service over, 14-18. Service over, 19-14.
It's better when she's feeding off an opponent's pace. She then takes the pace out of her shot. But if they're not giving her any pace in the first place, that's when one or two errors tend to creep in.
Service over, 15-19. Service over, 20, game point 15.
Just enough for the time of serve and making it very awkward. Good opportunities. Now, take the first world and Olympic champions.
First game won by Yunlei, 21-15.
Excellent volleys there. 16 minutes.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds.
Chen and Margin return to court very quickly.
Second game.
Change of ends.
Love all. Play.
They were still discussing tactics once they come back onto court. Chen.
Service over. 1 love.
Margin won here in 2009 with Chen Vote. And of course, the Olympic champions. Winners here 2 years ago.
Service over.
That's the side of the court.
1-4. 3-1.
It's almost a sign to me of desperation from the world number ones. You know, they've lost the last 9 occasions to this pair. They've lost the opening game. And there's it's very early stages of the second game, but there's been a couple of opportunities.
Service over.
Chen,
2-3.
you know, he's gone for something exceptional, as if he's sort of thinking, oh no, here we go again, I've got to do something completely brilliant to actually win the rally, rather than sticking to the game that he knows and he's best at.
I think we saw some of that at the Korean Open as well. You know, he gets into this kind of like showman attitude.
Yeah.
You know,
Service over. 4-2.
I just think it's frustrating him. But the simple fact is, he doesn't really have the weapons.
Yeah, well, there's another example of exactly what I'm talking about. You know, he's gone for a turn of serve, and he's not even close.
No, and he would never do that against an American.
No.
Never. He just thinks that he has to do something extraordinary to win this match.
Yeah.
And
it's not only the matches in international competition. It's not only the 14 previous times that they've met in international competition. These two pairs will train against each other on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And if they keep losing on a daily basis, even in training, the psychology of that, of, you know, now here we are on the competition court, it gets to you in the end.
Of course it does. Yeah, and should he have something hidden in his bag, the secret weapons.
Service over.
One pair in the world that knows them.
7-3.
So they know all the tricks that he has to come out of this situation he's in. So it's that's just how it is. You gotta accept that sometimes.
Look at his head.
Yeah.
Head down.
Martine is also. She it looks like she can see it in him.
Yeah.
They're not even talking after the rallies now. They're just kind of numb going up and returning.
Service over.
It's a pity, because I mean we saw some excellent rallies in the opening game.
Yeah.
But you have to have belief, don't you? I mean, that goes without saying in any sport. If you're beaten before you get onto court.
But to be honest, 9 times in a row. That's
5-8.
And it could be 10 today, so next time they're gonna play them, they could be 10 times in a row they've lost. So not one
service over. 9-5.
Not one miracle day has Suan Mahath had. So
let's push along. But you see,
service
you
over.
never know, because I'm old enough to remember Bjorn Borg playing against Vitus Gerulaitis. And Bjorn Borg won 17 consecutive matches, or 16 consecutive matches. And on the 17th time, Vitus Gerulaitis won. And he was asked in the press conference what on earth he did different to be able to win on that occasion. He says, nobody beats me 17 times in a row. So you've got to use that attitude. You've got to come onto court and say, today will be the day.
Oh, I definitely didn't approve the attitude.
No,
I'm just trying to explain.
10-7.
Oh no, I accept that. Absolutely.
That the feeling that can be.
Yeah.
But the one thing that Vitus had that he doesn't have kind of suit is
11-7 in the ball.
As you said, they're looking at each other every day.
Yeah.
So imagine we don't know. Could have lost to training every day as well. Could be 50-0.
Yeah.
Or 50 times in a row. So.
Tell me, when you were playing and world #1 with Michael Sorgor, obviously the Danes were very, very strong at men's doubles in that era. Did you, when you went onto the practice court, the sparring court, against the other top Danish players,
20 seconds.
Did you feel a need
20 seconds.
to win the sparring games, to keep the psychology of we are the best, we are the world number ones, or did you use it more as a opportunity to try out new things?
11-7.
No, I wasn't that type. I wanted to win every time I stepped in court, so I didn't. I maybe should have tried some different things here and there, but no, in that era where I played, it was very, very, very competitive training.
Yes.
It was, you know, on match, the days we were practicing match training, it was just almost as important as a tournament.
Yeah.
And the good thing that came out of it, there came a lot of players out of it. And also the era before me, with Thomas Lund and Jon Holst Christensen and Jan Paul Pausen and Henrik Svare. We were kind of brought up from them, and I can tell you, Thomas Lund and Jon Holst Christensen, I don't think I ever saw them not giving their everything.
In a sparring game.
And even now, Jon is actually playing in the club. I practiced a little bit with him last year. It's just still the same attitude. So I was kind of like brought up with that. It just gives very good practice, and that was the
service over. 13-9.
Well, I mean, when I watch the Chinese players around the world, and I'm watching this mixed doubles now, it seems to me that, you know, there is such a battle within the Chinese squad and team. I mean, you've already mentioned that Zhang wins the world title, the doubles title.
Service over.
That it looks to me as if the players in their sparring use exactly the attitude that you've just been talking about, because, you know, it is so important. Success breeds success. And if you're sparring against the best players in the world, then your performance is going to improve. Your
11-13.
This is good by the world number ones, because I thought they were just showing signs of being out of it and losing belief, but only 2 points in it. Now just 1 point in it.
12-13.
Seems to help them. China is.
Service over. 14-12.
Christensen about this, you know, when he was kind of like when some of the best men's singles players, Peter Rasmussen and Kenneth Jonas and Thomas Sture Lauritz and Paul Erik Høyer Larsen, when they quit, he was kind of low.
13-14.
And you could say China had a few where they could spar against each other every day, and he had to make training that much harder. Oh, that's 2 service mistakes. And you know, that's
service over.
From being back in
15-13.
It's
service over.
Strange
14-15.
Oh.
15-all.
That's what we know about it. I thought it was all but over at the start of this second game.
Service over. 16-15.
That's a great smash. It's a great elevation.
Service over. 16-all. Service over. 17-16.
Just don't really leave it.
Defence now, let the shuttle come to her rather than reaching out the racket and trying to take it early.
Service over, 17-19. Service over, 20, match point 17.
Opportunities for the former champions.
Game.
That's the first time of asking. Having put it back up level.
Match won by Zhang and Yunlei, 21-15, 21-17.
Two straight games. Champions. Chance tomorrow to regain the
Ladies and gentlemen,
so semi-finals completed so far. That was the first 5 with the men's doubles and first of all the singles going for distance. The repeat of the Olympic doubles going to the Olympic champion up next is Yunlei. Of Hong Kong, and they've got the last semi-final men's doubles to finish off play for today. Well, as far as